Hello everyone, it's Dejanay Barrett here. I am back with another video, and this is a reflection video to the Emotional Intelligence, the Number One Ability for Leaders by Daniel Goldman. And I have been prompted with 5 questions. I'm going to go ahead and answer each one of them briefly. Which one of the 4 domains of emotional intelligence described by Daniel Goldman stood out to you the most, and why? The most important domain that stood out to me was relationship management. I trust that relationship management is vital. It's very important for us to have that skill when dealing with conflicts and other things, because also it has a direct reflection on how you influence others, how you're able to coach and mentor others as well. So for question number 2, Goldman says emotional intelligence is learnable. Do you believe you can grow your own emotional intelligence? Why or why not? I would say yes. I do believe that you can grow your own emotional intelligence because it's purely based upon life experiences, and life teaches me a lot, and I'm sure life teaches you a lot as well. So I am a firm believer that emotional intelligence can be learned, for sure. Question number 3. Goldman tells a story about Goldman Brown, the bus driver. What does this example teach us about the power of emotional intelligence in everyday life? I mean, I was impressed by this story because I truly believe that we should lead with kindness, lead with love. And Goldman Brown, that's exactly what he was. His intentions were to do. Daniel Goldman did mention that he read in an article that he was a pastor. So, for one, I could say this man's morals were probably through the roof, and he had a higher calling, and he was trying to do the Lord's work in a sense by making sure that he led with love, just as God has led with love for all of us. Because, I mean, that makes everybody have a better day in a sense. And I say this because even Coleman said he was having a miserable day that day that he stepped on the bus, but once he got off the bus, he felt relieved. He was happier than when he got on the bus. So that goes to show like how emotional intelligence can make a huge difference, and not only in like the lives of adults, but for kids. It's like a domino effect. I feel like we should look at it holistically. Like if somebody is emotionally intelligent, like how that can affect and make a domino effect in a good way, where all the pieces are falling in alignment and just kindness and love is being led instead of hatred. So I thought that was an amazing story, actually. So for question number 4, think about a time you struggled with one of the emotional intelligence skills, like self-awareness or listening. What happened and what would you do differently? I would say the one that I mentioned earlier that stood out to me, which was relationship management. I trust that I am pretty good at all 4 domains. The 4 domains consisted of self-awareness, what was the other one? Self-management, social awareness, and then relationship management. I trust that I'm pretty good at all 4, but I would say as far as relationship management, a situation that I can think of is, I guess I feel like when it comes to conflict, I either get really upset or I might just shut down, and which I don't think is good. But for the most part, I've always been able to communicate. But I do trust that, like, once I feel like I'm not being understood, it does have a negative effect on me. So I could definitely take the opportunity to be more skilled in that department. And I actually do have the Daniel Goldman book, and I've only read 2 chapters so far. And somebody suggested this book to me, so I'm going to take the time to make sure that I do read this. So I think that would help me with my relationship management skills as well. So question number 5, what small habit or change will you start practicing to improve your emotional intelligence, and how will you hold yourself accountable? Look at that. I totally just mentioned that. And it starts with this book, finishing this book at least. What I will do is put it in my calendar, make sure that I read the book, because once you plan it, it's more actionable for me. At least I would say that once I schedule it, it's more than likely to happen. And that's how I handle my fitness journey, and that's how I handle my life goals. Once I write it down on a piece of paper, once I schedule it in the calendar, it's going to get done. Thanks. Bye.